Long before I could do, I was. What's my point of that? My point is, whatever you're doing in your career, please don't get so enmeshed with your identity being either your performance, your profession, or your title that you lose that important information. Long before you could do, there was an essence to you. Because the problem with tying our existence to performance is when we stop performing, then we're nothing. You have to say to yourself, how much of my life am I willing to give to this profession, this job, this career? And I want you to have that up front. I learned so much about organization and customer service and office politics in that role that I now use in my job, 20-something years later, that I've used throughout my career because of the lessons I got there. So it doesn't feel good to start again. But when you're starting again, bring all of you into that starting again. Bring the best of your ability into that starting again. Bring the best attitude into that starting again. Because at the end of the day, you're building your career muscles because you work for you. If I could write a 6-word story on purpose, I would say purpose not here, there, found later. What's my point? A lot of times we forget that what we're doing right now to the best of our ability or what we're doing with the best attitude is purpose. Maybe a small P, maybe it's not your capital P, but I've seen a lot of people who are so focused on the capital P that they do nothing. They do nothing with their now. So when you face the test, know you're in good company. You have no heroes in your lives who have not had tests. I always have a saying, I say the most dangerous people in life are insecure people. And we can be those people. So when we're those people, we should know we're dangerous. You can't be focused on making it to your career aspiration and getting them to pay for what they're doing to you. So something's gonna have to give. You cannot afford to be their enemy. They can make you theirs. That's their choice. You can't control that. You can't make them your enemy. It's their distractions. You find allies. Now let me say this about allies. I'm not talking about the people you go and you're like, we all on the same way, we all believe in the same thing politically, we all love Jesus, we all we dress alike, we shop at the same store, that's nonsense. I'm talking about strategists for you. Find people who know what you don't know, who have paradigms and perspectives you don't have, and let those people be the people you cultivate relationships with. You know why they're great? For every enemy I've met, I've had multiple allies to help me overcome those enemies. You don't go after your enemies alone, and if you're not gonna be the one making them enemies, guess what? You're gonna need people who will help you get around them and get through your trials. But don't just walk through life like a ghost. Inhabit your life, sit in it. Your job is paying you for a reason. You can be your authentic self all you wanna be. Don't ever forget, you're there for a reason. It's a transaction. Get your community outside and you be all authentic as you need to be there. When you're there, and I'm being biased, I'm not an HR person. I'm just saying, generally speaking, understand what roles you're playing where and be focused on those roles, right? I don't expect myself to like myself all the time. I don't expect myself to like all of me all the time. Please don't put that expectation on the world, right? It's like if you're gonna compare yourself to you. Compare yourself to you yesterday or 10 days before, right? If you're gonna envy, make sure the day self, is envied by yesterday, right? Don't get caught up in other people's path. There's enough sun to shine on everybody. Nobody can monopolize whether the sun's gonna touch you. There's enough sun in the corporate world, in the real world, in every world, enough sun to shine on all of us. So don't get caught up in somebody's race. That's their race, their business. Focus on yours. One thought at a time. I can't be jealous of you and thinking about what I need to do for me at the same time. Don't forget your relationships. In the world where loneliness is taking over, where we have pretend friends on social media, I just feel like I need to say that. Don't forget your relationships. That's what's gonna sustain us. That's what's gonna keep us healthier. That's what's gonna keep us alive longer, hopefully, unless a car accident gets us. But you know what I'm saying, or a turn. But the point is, don't forget your relationships. So I would say start broadly, be like, who am I? Study you like you study for that MBA. That's your most important job in life as an adult, to know you. Your parents may not have had the time to do that, now you gotta make the time to do that.